Oh my God. Adam, I want to say thanks for joining us this evening, and thanks for being, like active and sharing all your wealth. You and I had a phone call. I was going to help Richfield Park run an open house, and you were so gracious enough to take my phone call and kind of walk me through some of the highlights to hit when doing an open house, and I appreciate that. But you yourself, you're somebody that's really out there, boots on the ground kind of guy, making the sport better. And you recently started this group, and you've, just from what I can see on my side, lots of good transaction. So I kind of like you to take a few minutes and explain where you came up with the idea, what you got going on, and you guys in the chat, if you've got questions for Adam, we'll share the link to the group, Adam, so people can find their way there. I think this is a wonderful idea. Please take it away, Adam.
Absolutely. Well, I guess I had the idea for the group just because I, had questions myself and wanted to try and find answers. And so, as a millennial, I just get on Google and start searching for things and asking for questions and whatever. But me personally, like, I don't know, people always walk up to me and assume that I know things. So I guess I tried to know some things and give them some answers, or at least point them in the right direction. And I guess it just kind of set me on this path as I got back into BMX because of my kids. And then, I could only sit on the sidelines for so long. And I started figuring these things out, getting involved with the track, and naturally starting to answer people's questions and help them out. So I guess the idea just came from wanting to help people, give them the best answers I can. And, just I want to see the sport grow because it's given me a lot. And I will continue to give back.
And you've got back into BMX racing now, and you're here. You're doing a lot of stuff at your track. Like, I constantly see you sharing information, sharing posts, putting things out there. Like, you're doing open houses. You're out there grinding. You're getting a lot of new people involved in the sport. What's your goal with this group? Like, what's that end goal that you hope this helps with, and where do you see the group going?
So I think there's kind of a couple of things. One, I just throw this out there, like, I ride with BMX Breakthrough, so with Jay Oaks, and get to represent
that. On the
that.
show, man.
Yeah, he's been on both. He's been on both our shows.
Jay's a good dude, man. He knows
what's up. And it just kind of happened to be a coincidence. We were kind of getting back in the sport at the same time, and probably having like kind of some similar ideas, and it was just kind of nice. I actually met him on a USA BMX webinar thing that was going on for track operators. And that's how I even found out about him. But so he kind of sparked some of the interest of doing league, and getting involved in some other ways. But the group itself, like, the goal is just to help people answer questions, because we've all either been that person or have seen the deer in the headlights look. They're afraid to ask a question. They don't, their kid misses a moto. They don't know anything about the bikes or the gear. Mm-hmm. And I just want to help families be able to have a resource that can help them get some of these answers. And even sometimes if it's just boring information to explain what points are, or how to read a moto sheet, or that it's okay to ask people questions. The BMX community is awesome, and they want to help other people, but if they don't know what questions to ask or that they can ask questions, I'm just trying to open that door.
Yeah, that's a great idea, because even for, seasoned riders, we get changes in the rules, like getting so many locals in, or even on the national level, and
that's been a big thing too, honestly, this year.
Yeah,
it's been a big thing on getting your locals in to get the bonus points for the nationals and for the state points, and then just in general, just regular racing.
Think about this. How about a new rider like deciphering, like, I don't understand, this state race is a double points, but this one's a triple, and literally it has nothing to do with a state series.
Yeah.
And now you're fostering a go-to area, right? Because, like, you know, I've done that myself. Like, yeah, I it says triple points, but it's not for your state race. It's for this thing called district points, and they're like, district points? Like, what do you mean? It's like, well, and they're like, we really only race, you know, at our local track. It's like, oh, okay. So here's the thing: you get points here, you get points there, and then sometimes those points make bonus points that carry over to here. And the next thing you're doing a effing handstand and trying to explain it all. So great. First of all, fantastic idea, Adam. I'm really happy you took the initiative to do this, because if there's one thing, man, I hope everyone just pushes people in here, and it's a great environment, and it helps, right? Because I think this could really ramp up your.
Well, I mean, it goes down to
level.
just reading the motos when there's like a
Shit,
repost,
dude, yeah.
you know, on the local scene. Sure, I'm like, oh, dude, you're over there by Redwood, over in like NorCal by us. I had no idea you were in Washington. So now, like, that really like takes it to a whole different level.
Well,
now.
it shows me like people want this, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe did you post your video and Redwood shared it, or how did that go? Because it showed up in the feed. I think we were like in between, second round or in mains when I showed you the video. I'm like, look, dude, homeboy freaking tagged you, and he's over here by NorCal with Redwood Empire, because that's how it came across, you know, because that's kind of like how we do it, where we get information, we talk about different topics and everything. I had no idea you were in Washington, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, you guys got SeaTac and everything that's up there, and then Peninsula Indoor. You know, you guys got a lot of stuff going for you guys over there in Washington. You know, when initially, I'm like, oh, dude, freak, Adam's over here in like NorCal above me, 3 hours away. I didn't know you were in Washington. So yeah, this is a whole different different thing, man.
Yeah, well, so I have found that, you know, there's some great groups out there, All Things BMX being one of those awesome groups. And, you know, Justin, you've been super supportive. You know, like I found that there's some groups that I can communicate through and just try and get the message out there that somebody wants to help them. And so anyways, that is how I just posted on a few groups. And I guess somebody, you know, I saw that from the Redwoods, that like, that's awesome to have somebody reach out and say, hey,
yeah, they shared your post.
Share this information.
Yeah, no, and that's awesome. And the Redwood folks, I've gone up there and announced several times with them. You know, they are a great bunch of people. You know, we got a lot of good folks in NorCal. You know, we really do. You know, so I'm pretty stoked. But now to find out you're in Washington, hey, even better, bro. You know, and with the way you're reaching out and you're in touch with Jay Oaks and stuff, and reach out with Justin, because Justin's got a lot of reach and everything. You know, that's really awesome. Honestly, it really is, man.
We're joining your group, by the way.
Yeah, it's been
awesome.
We're not just being dicks and like looking at our phones. Sean and I are over here joining the group.
I was just going through.
Well, it's pretty. I appreciate that. Well, and as long, you know, like you guys got to stay cool. You know, you got to be helpful. If you start, you know, like saying a bunch of nonsense, I'm gonna have to kick you out.
Yeah, that's fine, dude.
But the whole goal there is just to be kind of have that servant attitude, helping people out. And I want people there with experience, and I want people with no experience, and just being able to be part of that broader community and really highlight how awesome BMX is.
Like, man, I know for me, like I'm excited for this, because I do get asked a ton of questions just being in the position we're in, and dude, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Like, I don't take the 20, you know, the new rule book and read it. I'm like, shit. I just go pedal my bike. I'm like, I'm missing 6 spokes in my back rim, guys. Like, I'm just that guy. Like, I just like to go ride my bike and have fun. And, you know, people will ask, and I'm happy to answer as long as I know. But sometimes I end up with I say I don't know, and they don't believe me.
Right.
like, look, doing this stuff is easy for me. Understanding those rules, like, I don't know. I when I hit you up, I was like, I really want to like strike while the iron's hot, and get this and get more people in this group to foster the growth of it, because I'm fully bought in. This is just a wonderful idea, and I want it to grow. No, we're not tonight. And so again, thank you for being patient.